you guys, for those who are new to my channel, I'm Janae and it's Christmas, so Merry Christmas! Today I am bringing to you a special Christmas recipe and it is gingerbread cinnamon rolls. Yes, I'm so excited about these and I hope you guys are too. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into making them. So I just melted the butter and now I'm just going to add in the almond milk. And I'm keeping it over low heat because if it gets too hot, then it's actually going to kill the yeast when we're making the dough, and then the dough is not going to rise and it's not going to work properly. Alright, so I just have the flour in the bowl and I'm going to combine the coconut sugar in there along with the salt and the active dry yeast. I'm using this one, just one packet. Now I'm going to add the milk and butter mixture and also the flax egg. And we're also going to add about 1/4 cup more of water. And then we're just going to stir that all together. And when it gets too thick to stir, we're going to turn it out onto a floured work surface and knead it. Alright, it's getting pretty thick, so I'm going to knead it now. I just sprinkled on some gluten-free flour onto the workspace, but of course you can use regular flour if that's what you have. Alright, so we're just going to do this until it's a nice, smooth, pliable dough and it's no longer sticky. Now I'm just going to place it back into the bowl that we mixed it in, and I'm going to cover it and let it rise. So I'm going to lightly oil the inside so it doesn't stick to it when we're taking it out. And then I'm just going to plop it in there and I'm going to cover it with, you can cover it with cling wrap if that's what you have, but I don't have that. So I'm going to be using a kitchen towel and I'm going to place a plate on top so no air gets in. And then I'm going to just set that aside for about 1 hour to 2 hours until it's about doubled in size. So I know 1 hour to 2 hours seems like a long time, but in the meantime we're going to make our filling and our icing and then set that aside, and then we're still going to have some extra time so you can just do whatever you want, go watch a Christmas movie, go spend time with family, or just chillax a little bit. But first we're going to make the filling. Alright, so for the filling, we're going to be using 1 cup of date paste. So all that is about 12 pitted medjool dates blended with about 3/4 cup of water in a high-speed blender food processor until it forms this nice, creamy smoothie paste. And then we are going to be using coconut sugar, cinnamon, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and ground cloves. So we're just going to mix all the spices together and the sugar together. Alright, and then we're going to add in our date paste. Alright, so our filling is done, and we're also going to be using a little bit, I used about 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter, and I just melted it over the stove. We're going to be using this to brush on our dough and on the tops of the buns before they go in the oven. So that is it. We can set that aside. Alright, so in here we just have some powdered sugar, some ground ginger, and some ground cinnamon. And we're just going to mix that up. So this is going to be the gingerbread frosting. So we're just going to be adding a little bit of almond milk to get it smooth. I have about 3 tablespoons of almond milk in here, but we're just going to add a little bit at a time until it gets to the consistency that we want it to be. Alright, taste test. That is really good. So we're just going to set that aside, and now we just have to wait for the dough to rise, and then we're going to bake it. So do whatever you want in the meantime, and I'll see you guys when my dough is done rising. Alright, so I just preheated the oven to 375 degrees. Now we're going to take our dough out. It's been about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and there's the oven done preheating. It's been about 1 hour and 10 minutes, so we're going to take the air out of the dough and then put it on a floured work surface, roll it out, and sugar it up. See, it's gotten slightly bigger. So I'm just gonna press the air out of it like that. All right, now I'm gonna flour my work surface with some gluten-free flour. Again, if you're not gluten-free, it can totally be regular flour. I'm just gonna make it into like a ball and then roll it out. So you can do your best to try to make it like a rectangle, but I'm not the best at doing that, but I'm gonna try my best. And you want it to be pretty thin, so about 1/4 of an inch in height. So as you can see, I definitely did not make a rectangle. Mine's more of like an oval shape, but we're just gonna go with it and hopefully they're gonna turn out okay. So we're gonna brush the dough first with the melted butter from before. So like I said, I had about 1 to 2 tablespoons of melted butter. It got a little hard now from sitting out, but that's fine. So we're just gonna paint it on there. All right. Now for the fun part. Adding in our date coconut sugar gingerbready filling. From here, I'm not gonna put any over there because as I roll it, it's gonna just squish out and that's gonna be a big mess. Now I'm going to roll it. So this is the challenging part. So you're just going to roll it pretty tightly at the edge closest to you and then just keep on rolling. It shouldn't stick because your surface was floured from earlier. There we go. So now I just have a pie tin. I just sprayed it with some extra virgin olive oil. You can grease it with coconut oil if you like. And then I'm going to cut it and put them in there. So first I'm gonna cut it in half. As you can see, my ends are not perfect and that's totally okay. I mean, what is life if you don't make some mistakes? Everything can't be perfect. So I'm gonna cut it in half and then cut each half into about 1 inch or 1.5 inches in thickness and then just kind of transfer it over. All right, now we're just gonna stick these in the oven for about 25 minutes. Now I just wanted to make a note, if you do use regular flour, it is going to turn out a little bit different. They are going to be a little bit more fluffy than with the gluten-free flour like I used. So yeah, don't be worried about the substitution of the regular flour. It actually makes them fluffier. They're still really hot, so I would suggest letting them cool. That's hot, it like just burned my tongue, but the flavor that I did taste was really good. It's really gooey and soft. That is good, you guys. I hope you give this recipe a try, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. And that concludes Christmas today, so I hope you guys enjoyed that and have an awesome rest of your Christmas day and your holidays. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!